The chamber echoed with an eerie hum. In the flickering light of distant lamps, a towering shape emerged from the inky blackness, dripping with glistening by her chitinous armor glistened like a freshly laundered oil slick, and her many legs moved with an unnerving grace. She was the alien queen, a creature of pure instinct and terrifying power, her every move radiating lethal grace. For decades, she had ruled this hive with an iron fist, or more accurately, iron stinger. Every creature born of her brood, every drone and warrior, and even the smaller, more nimble raptors were bound to her by an invisible command, an extension of her will. But tonight, the hive was about to face a challenge unlike any it had ever known. For, in the shadows of this alien world, something unnatural stirred. Something that would turn the rigid order of the hive upside down. Something that would challenge the queen's authority and the very foundations of her world. The newborn. It wasn't an egg that hatched. It wasn't a larva that grew. It simply appeared, a grotesque fusion of human and xenomorph, pale, muscular, and dripping with acidic blood. It was a mockery of the queen's perfection. A flawed, broken thing with too many arms and too many eyes, and a heart that beat with a disturbingly human rhythm. Rage trembled in its chest. A rage that did not obey the queen's silent command. It took a shuddering breath, the air catching in its throat, and the newborn stepped into the flickering light. The queen regarded it with cold, reptilian eyes, her gaze boring into the newborn like an X-ray. There was curiosity there, yes, but also a primal sense of threat. This creature was an abomination, a perversion of what should be, and it represented a danger to the delicate balance of the hive. The newborn snarled, baring needle-sharp teeth, and the queen hissed back, her voice a sibilant whisper that somehow managed to fill every corner of the chamber. She demanded submission, and offering a fealty, but the newborn was not a subject. It was a conqueror, and in its mismatched heart, there was no loyalty, only survival. With a snarl, it lunged, a blur of muscle and sinew. The queen, caught off guard, stumbled back, her tail lashing out to buy her time. The newborn twisted away from its grasp, acid spraying from its mouth, sizzling against the metal floor. The queen recoiled, her exoskeleton steaming where the acid touched it. But she was the apex predator, honed to perfection over millennia of natural selection. As the newborn lunged again, she was ready. Her tail whipped out, finding purchase in the creature's side. She leaned forward, her jaws opening wide to reveal a cavernous maw filled with razor-sharp teeth. The newborn squealed, a horrifying parody of a human scream, and thrashed wildly, its multiple limbs flailing in an attempt to free itself. But the queen's grip was inexorable. With a sickening crunch, she tore into the creature's side, spraying the chamber with more acid and blood. Yet despite the grievous wound, the newborn was still on its feet, its rage giving it strength. With a Herculean effort, it slammed the queen into the resin wall, the soft underbelly of her thorax meeting the hard, unyielding surface first. The queen cried out, the sound echoing with pain and surprise. And in that moment, the newborn knew its opportunity had come. Acid dripped from its fangs, mingling with the blood that painted its muzzle. It reared back, and with a final snarl that was a mixture of triumph and agony, it lunged. One final blow, a desperate gamble. The newborn slammed into the queen, its full weight crashing down on her, its limbs flailing, as if embracing her in a final, terrible hug. The queen's shriek died in her throat, cut short by the impact. The newborn felt the bones of her thorax buckle under its weight, felt the crunch of her armor as she gasped for air, felt the hot spray of acid and blood as her life essence sizzled and smoked around them. But still, somehow, she lived, her eyes wide with disbelief, as the newborn, mortally wounded itself, pinned her beneath its twisted form. And then, so very slowly, the newborn's limbs ceased their flailing. The acid dripped from its fangs, leaving glistening trails down its chin. Its chest, a patchwork of human and alien, heaved once, twice, and then it stilled. The newborn slumped, collapsing onto the queen, who lay beneath it, trapped and dying. In the vast emptiness of that alien hive, only the newborn remained. Its victory was absolute. Its reign begun. It roared, a sound that shook the very foundations of the hive. A declaration of power that echoed through the tunnels and chambers, sending a shiver down the collective spine of the entire hive mind. The newborn was king. The queen's reign was over.